We
like
are
that.
live. Good morning, everybody. Good morning from my side. Good morning, our coach and the co-panelists here, and to our audience out there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your own time zone. We are happy to be back again. Whenever you see us here, you should know that we are here for information that can transform your lives. And today is not going to be an exception. We have an amazing topic that you can benefit from this morning. But before we dive in fully, we are going to start by introducing ourselves. So I will have mentor Beatrice introduce herself first, then our coach will go next. Over to you,
Yes,
sis.
yes. Thank you. I'm just so excited. It's yet another Friday. I'm in the land of the living. That means God took care of me the whole week. Huh? And there's nothing that I did to, pay off so I can be here. And I'm grateful that I'm here. I'm grateful that you invited me. You could have chosen not to invite me, but you invited me today. Thank you. My name is Beatrice Onkware, streaming live from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm in the medical field, a mom of three, and a proud digital business owner. So I'm excited for this topic, and I can't wait to hear what Coach has to say this morning.
Okay, you should know that coach is always full of amazing nuggets.
I know.
He's a man of word of wisdom, right? So,
No.
coach, I have you introduce yourself.
Wow, thank you for the kind words, and I am looking forward to hear what Beatrice has to say. That's amazing thing that I came to hear what the professor has to say, and having such an amazing facilitator. We know there's gonna be an amazing session, so I am just looking forward to what I'm gonna learn from you two. And you see, you're the majority right now until another man comes in here. The majority are gonna rule, so I know I'm about to get a lot of good nuggets from you. And my name is Adismas Ndega. Uh, my friends call me DC. I am so happy and grateful to be here. Thank you, Ms. Felix Luke, the superstar, to inviting me. And I am really looking forward. Currently, I am originally from Kenya, and I say East Africa in particular. Predominantly, I grew up in Nairobi, Kenya, and I migrated to the US, to Atlanta, Georgia in '97. So I have been half America, half Africa. So that is me with my family here. And 9 to 5, we are into trucking business. And for our fortune, we are building this wonderful digital business. And I am so happy, like Professor said, I am so happy and so grateful that the Lord has given me this day, and this is the day that the Lord has made. We shall be joyful to it. We shall be glad and be so joyful to it. So I am bringing that happiness and joyfulness to this topic today. And with that being said, I give it back to you, our wonderful host, able host.
Okay. Thank you so much, coach, for that elaborate introduction. Yeah, for the purpose of our audience out there, my name is Sereme Foluke Adebayo. I'm originally from Nigeria, now currently residing with my family in Manitoba, Canada. By education, I am an accountant. I worked several years back in my home country in the banking sector, but currently I work as a certification officer. And on the side, I run this amazing digital business, and I am mom to 3 children and a wife as well. And for our audience and those that will be watching the replay later, please don't be in a hurry. Take your time to watch, and I can assure you that you're going to get value. So get your pen, get your popcorn, get anything that can make you feel comfortable on this session, because you are going to learn a lot. So this morning we have a wonderful topic, like I have said, and the topic is what becomes possible when you say yes to digital business opportunity. This business is beyond, the people you see on your screen every time that is talking about it is about, you saying yes to something that can transform your life, saying yes to something new. For many people, digital business is more than just making money online. For me, and for as many that has, renewed their mindset to embrace the opportunity, is actually about creating more options. Is about having that flexibility to do what you like on your own time, and is about learning valuable skills, because in this business we have a whole bunch of training that will educate you on things that you need to know and things that you can embrace to make you successful. And the good part of it is still about making that extra income that can make us to say yes to beautiful things of life and creating a better future for ourselves and for our family. The possibilities are just endless. And this morning we are here to say a lot about it, to let you know what is possible for you when you say yes to this amazing opportunity. And we have some questions that we're going to be digging deep in. We are so many here. We are symbol of the Trinity here now at the moment. And I believe so many people are still going to join us even as we progress. So I'm going to be starting with Mentor Beatrice to
Yes.
please answer the first question for us. So sis, before you say yes to digital business opportunity, what did life look like for you? And what were you hoping would change when you embraced the opportunity?
Wow, that's a good question, and it takes me back, you know. Um, wow. Before I said yes to this our online digital business opportunity, life felt repetitive, you know. You work so hard every single day, and no matter how much effort you're giving it, you still feel like you're only surviving, you know. My time belonged to a schedule, belonged to, somebody else, and also to, the bills. And you're constantly tired, mentally drained, frustrated by the feelings that your income always has limits. Because even if you've worked somewhere for a while, you've been given um, raises over the years, you feel like they're not enough, you know, for the value that you bring to the table. And so I remember wanting more than just financial stability. I wanted some more freedom, freedom to choose how I spent my time, freedom to travel without, asking permission, because getting time off from the job was hectic. I remember I've not traveled to my homeland, Kenya, for a while, and I remember asking for 6 weeks, and the manager went crazy. She actually denied the 6 weeks. She ended up giving me 4 weeks, you know. And so that freedom of traveling without asking for my permission, I was looking for that. Freedom to help my family without stress, the money, and freedom to wake up feeling, excited about life instead of being trapped in the routines. So, you know, and so this is what pushed me to the digital business when I realized that the world had also changed. Everything was moving to the online space. The communication, shopping, learning. I remember having online classes, and the like. So I started asking myself serious questions. Why was I only consuming online opportunities, like the scrolling, instead of creating something there myself? Those were some of the inquiries that I was making. So at first I was scared, to be there because I'd never been there. And even when I was introduced to it, I also called it a scam, But once I warmed to it, um, I'm loving it. It looked scary also because, one, I was new to it. Two, I knew I had to learn a lot. I had to change, to fit there. And sometimes that change, people don't want that. I didn't want that because I was used to, I go to a physical place, I clock in and do my hours, I get paid, so you don't understand how you even going to be paid in this online space. But that is the reason why I ended up coming, and I'm glad I did. So with the business, of course, they teach you on how to earn, on what to do until you get to the earning section. So, you're not left hanging, you're not left by yourself. You have a mentor, you have a coach, and it's a lifetime gift that you have. So yes, there's some scariness there because entrepreneurship looks glamorous, people showing checks, people, showing what they have done and all that. And behind the scenes, you're required to be patient, you're required some discipline, some consistency, of course, all that. And, I also feared failure in this online space. Of course, there's doubt, there's failure of succeeding, there's failure, there's fear of being judged, being seen online, by my friends, maybe wasting time there because I was stepping into the unknown. But deep down, I knew also that staying where I was costing me more. And it was going to cost me more down the line than trying this new thing. So at the end of the day, I was not just hoping for extra income. I was actually hoping for something different for me and my family. And, that's why I decided to come in and said yes. And here I am. Thank you so much. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, you did answer perfectly well. Before we say yes, like you rightly mentioned, there is nobody in this business that don't have their level of fear and skepticism. Even me myself, despite I can classify myself as a high risk taker, because there are some things that I don't. Okay, I'm wondering what's happening. Okay, there are some things that if I want to do it, I don't blink my eyes, especially if I'm convinced about it before I go for it. But coming into this business, before I started it, like you rightly said, life feels repetitive because you see yourself doing the same thing. And there's this saying that it is kind of madness, you doing the same thing and expecting a better result, right? Before I discovered this business, life feels repetitive, especially in this part of the world where the system is designed for you to go to work, earn that paycheck, and it goes back into paying your bills, and you just have to think of working to earn the next one. I guess am I the only one here now?
No,
No,
continue.
you're still here.
Because the way the thing is switching and
Yeah, we have to test the studio. You're testing the studio. That's good.
okay.
You're good.
So truly life feels repetitive, and I wasn't in control of my time, just like you rightly said. And that is applicable to so many immigrants out there, that you are not in control of your time. You have to show up when your employer wants you to show up, even though it is not convenient for you at that time. You know, it happens that there was a time that my child was even sick. But before I can even take him to clinic, I have to take permission. You can imagine if I was fully in control of my time at that time, I can say, oh, I can choose to not bother about that day's pay, right? But coming into this business, those are the things that the business opportunity, has given me the opportunity to do. And to so many people out there, immigrants like ourselves that have been in this shoe, we are here to tell you there is something better on the other side of life. Only if you are ready to say yes to yourself, embrace your dream, and believe in yourself. It is a matter of mindset. When your mindset shifts, things will begin to shift. And you mentioned also income cap, right? Because no matter how efficient you are, your employer will not just say, oh, you are getting a raise automatically because you are so efficient. Your income is still capped in your 9 to 5.
Yes.
But coming into this business opportunity is another thing entirely, because it's like you working, putting in the effort, showing consistently to determine what you really worth. And this is a business I've seen that your income is not limited, because the way it is structured, you can come in, be more serious, show more seriousness, and even earn more than your mentor that introduced you to the business. It's all about mindset. It's all about staying consistent. It's all about embracing the system and using it to your own advantage. So many people have used this same system to transform their life. So when you come in, this is what is possible. This is what is possible, but it will not be possible until you say yes to yourself, until you believe in yourself, and until you change your mindset. So thank you so much. Even though the studio testing is making me feel like I'm not like certain things is shifting. But thank you, Mentor Beatrice, for answering that question. And now we are going to go to our coach to answer this question for us. Okay, sir, how has saying yes to this opportunity changed the way you think about your future? And I would want you to extend it to our audience, as well. When they say yes, how it can shift things for them as well.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. A yes, making a decision. How can that change? First of all, I love what Professor has just shared here shortly, because she gave you the situation she was in. And for me, I can just give you very little about what the situation was. I will start by telling you the situation was dire. It was a situation where my young daughter asked me a question, and it felt like the earth had just sunk me into the deepest, lowest of the lowest of the lowest. What was the question? She asked, Daddy, are we poor? That was the question. I just wanted to pause so you can understand, for a father to be asked that question by an 8-year-old, how it felt. And what was the problem? The problem is that I'd gotten them living in one room, one single efficient hotel room, where we were residing in there, me, my wife, my mother-in-law, and my daughter. So you can see where she was coming from. So with that in mind, I had to say something. I had to come to a point and I realized I have to come to the smell of the coffee and realize this did not just happen by accident. There is my contribution. I have contributed to what this is. I can sit there and blame the situation itself, saying, I'd lost the truck through fire. My mother-in-law had gotten sick. I lost some money because I put the money into a bad investment. But all that was us arguing for my own limitation. The truth of the matter is, I could have already had multiple sources of income. I shouldn't have put my family in harm's way like I did, to a point where, because I didn't do no preparation. So when you ask me, what did this do for you? What has changed? Wow. First of all, my mindset has changed. I am sober. I think I used to be drunk on this comfort zone, thinking everything is okay just because I can pay my bills, I can buy my food, I can drive a nice car. I thought everything is okay. So that Kool-Aid is lost its energy on me completely, because I became sober and I realized in the 21st century, number one, you must have multiple sources of income. You cannot rely on this idea of working and exchanging time for money. That's an old concept whose time has passed. So that's not the comfort zone I feel, just the growth I feel as a person. And to see the extra income coming in every single month, I can tell you, whoa, number one, what has changed is that, wow, I have such a comfort zone now in the uncomfortable now. I can be uncomfortable building this business, but listen, I am so comfortable knowing that there's extra income coming in, knowing that I am building a legacy, knowing that, hey, at the end of the day, I am going to have time and money freedom at the end of that day. At the end of the day, I'm going to leave an inheritance for my child. So there's a lot of things from a mindset perspective that has changed for me. Just the peace that know that, oh my goodness, one decision has made such a huge impact. And my family is back to the house. My family, my mother-in-law is in a nursing home now, being taken care of people who can really take care of her. When I tell you what has changed, I'm running both businesses now. I'm running my tracking business and I'm running this other digital business at the same time. So honestly, and I can truly tell you, it's getting to a time where the digital business is gonna really take over completely as it's come. I am preparing on skills. I'm in a process of writing a book, which is coming out very soon. I'm learning very soon. You might hear me when I leave the track. I might get into podcasting. It's all these skills I'm learning that I'm telling you, I am now unstoppable, unwalkable. Yeah? You can't even put a price to what has happened in my life and the changes that have happened. So when I tell our audience, is the key thing is to look in the mirror and realize that man in the mirror, if he doesn't make different decisions, literally it's like to say, if they look in the mirror and they have some stains in their face and they're hoping by cleaning the mirror, the stain will come out. The stain ain't gonna come out if you don't do something. We live in an age right now, things can change just overnight. People who live in America, you can see, it just took somebody's decision. Now you're paying extra on gas. You just have to go to the pump and see what is happening. If you're still waiting and you want me to give you a wake-up call, it just right now, robots are working so hard to take over that job that you think it's irreplaceable. Mm-hmm. If you're thinking you have an intellectual job that you can keep for a long time, I can tell you AI is outthinking you right now. If you think that maybe you have a business like mine that you think because you're a professional driver, nobody will take over. These trucks will be driving themselves very soon. The technology is already in hand. So I don't know how you can think of it, even if you think you're a CNA and you think because that job, nobody wants that job because it's for immigrants. I can tell you there are robots who will be lifting that woman by themselves. They don't even need two people. And they'll not call in sick. They're coming. So ain't no job that's why I call it just over broke that they're going to take care of you anymore. You got to wake up and understand something has to change. For something to change, you have to make a different decision. We just happen to tell you this is the best of one of those decisions you can make. But even if it's not an opportunity, you have to find one. You cannot, not them days where you used to depend on that job and you're waiting for it to give you a pension at the end of 40 years. It's not there anymore. In fact, they can replace you in a heartbeat for whatever reason. And especially for people that you're doing this type of job that you have to renew your licenses either after a year or 5 years. You just got to understand you are living at a mercy of somebody who can say, we can't renew your license anymore. Then what? So, however you look at it, however you slice it, I'm just here to tell you, listen, you need a plan B. You got to have a plan B. And the
Yep.
plan B has to be something that you can have ownership in. If
Mhm.
you don't wait until things fall apart, don't wait until that time, like me, when your daughter is asking you questions that you feel like you're not a man anymore. It has to be made while you still have the comforts that you have. So that's what I'll say to our audience. And I turn it back to you, our wonderful, wonderful host.
Wow. Thank you,
I'm,
Coach.
I'm,
Okay,
I'm
we
glad
continue.
I'm glad you said plan B is something that you own, because especially the migrants, they think plan B is getting another second job, that
Nah,
you're still working for somebody. That's not it. It
nah,
should be plan B is something that you can call your own. Thank you.
yes.
Okay, thank you for chipping in that. Oh, plan B, we cannot overemphasize it, because if you don't have a plan B, plan B is something you can call, it should be something you can call your own, oh, like Beatrice rightly said. Not you
Mhm.
getting the second 9 to 5, because that will
Mhm.
put you more under pressure. That will take away more time from you. That cannot, help you to build that dream that you're looking at, right?
Mhm.
But plan B is something that where you build ownership,
Mhm.
something
Amen.
that can translate into legacy for you in the
Mhm.
long term. And this goes a lot to immigrants, people like me, people like we on this session. Until you change your mindset and know that you can no longer continue to depend on one single check, because depending on one single check is like a step away from that risk. I was looking
Mhm.
at the news, I think a post posted by one of our coaches, and I even heard about that. So many people losing their job, like as
Mhm.
if somebody just waking up. And the next thing is that certain number of people in this organization, because
Mhm.
of change in policy and stuff like that, they can no longer continue to pay them, or they can no longer continue to be in that job. You can
Mhm.
imagine how many things that would affect, because
Mhm.
for somebody that is depending just from income from that job, they will be in serious jeopardy. It will affect not that person alone, but the entire family. And that is
Mhm.
the risk we keep sitting on day in, day out, if you don't think of doing something else. Coach mentioned something. It may not be this opportunity we are talking about, but have something else by the side in case life happens. And when life wants to happen, it doesn't inform you ahead. No, it doesn't happen that way. It can happen suddenly. So how well do you prepare for that eventuality that would happen next? And one thing is that it will not just happen until you make that change, until you know that you are created, you are built for more, until you know
Mhm.
that your worth is not just on that paycheck that keeps coming for you bi-weekly, until you believe in yourself that, oh, you can do more than what you're doing at the moment. That is when that change will begin to materialize. Thank you, Coach, for responding. And now we go to Beatrice again for question number 2. What is one opportunity or experience that became possible for you after starting this journey? One opportunity and possibility that you are now able to do due to
Mhm.
starting your business.
Mhm. So now, um, like I said, the one before, you had to go in, clock in, and get paid for just the time that you worked. No more, you know, you don't get paid more. Just the hours that you worked, that's what you're getting paid, and that's it. So the first thing that I realized is that my income is beyond my physical presence, you know, and I can do this from anywhere. People travel, my other people in the business, they are going out of the country and they come back, and find checks, that's beyond your physical presence in your job. Um, that changed everything for me, mentally. Um, and before, money only came when I showed up, where, I go. If I want to go on vacation, let's say I didn't have hours to get for my PTO. So you go on vacation and you don't get paid. You come back and find you don't have a paycheck, you know. But now you like I said, you can get paid, you know, even when you are sleeping. Yeah. that is wonderful. And you know, so you don't have to trade your time for money. The digital business introduces you to leverage. You know, you leverage in here. So I started understanding how, you know, content, how, you know, branding, how the systems work, how automation work in this our business. Yeah, you know, and like I said, even when you are sleeping, even when you are resting, when you're traveling, you're spending time to yourself, that me time that I love, or family time, you're still getting paid. And honestly, the opportunity went beyond money. In here, you start gaining. I started investing in myself. You know, we have book clubs, we have things like this one. This here we are also learning, you know, with this, as we read the books, as we, you know, interact with one another. So the gain is not just money. It's the confidence, it's the connections that we're making. It's you're growing all the way around. You're becoming a better you know. So I've learned even communication skills. I've learned sales. I've learned, you know, self-development is the word I was looking for, and how to make money online, something that I didn't have, you know, 2 years ago. So another major opportunity was the flexibility that this comes with. I could work from my laptop, I could work from my phone, and you know, and get paid. You know, my people. Something also that I learned in the business is how to attract people to my business, because this is an attraction, you know, marketing. I could do it by word of mouth, you know. I could work it through an ad. Like right now, my ad just found me somebody from Texas. You know, I'm not in Texas, but I'm communicating with people in Texas to tell them about my business. So we are being taught all these things. This is knowledge that I didn't have, and now I have it, and I'm glad for this business. If somebody is out there that is also tired of what they are doing and want to do better for themselves, like I'm trying to tell you, they teach you. You know, you're not left alone. They teach you on how to do these things. I can't believe how far I've grown. If I could show you a picture of before and after, I'm a totally different person. And even people have realized that I've grown, you know, both physically and I've grown, you know, in my business. And I'm so glad that I found this business. Thank you so much. I give it back to you.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much, sis. I hope somebody is taking note of what is possible, because the topic we are dealing with this morning is what is possible when you say yes to this digital business opportunity. And you know, we come out here every time, like Mentor Beatrice rightly said, it's so broadened, because when we talk about business, what people think of first is money. That, oh, when you do business, you make money. But in this opportunity here is way more than money, even though money is the basis. Of course, that is what we are all working for. But it goes a long way, because you experience that growth, that transformation that can just come from within, and from so many trainings that you have access to, and from so many things that talk about how you can change your mindset. Because me starting this business, the way I used to see things before now is different from the way I see it here. Because they're going to take you from the starting point of you changing your mindset. Because until you change your mindset, so many things will remain the way they are. So that is what is possible for you here. That extra income, not just limited to income, new confidence. Because that confidence, you will build it as a result of, trainings that you have, the discussion you will have from people on day-to-day basis. Maybe you cannot talk to people, but you start getting leads, and you get, training on how you can talk to people. You talk to one person today, you talk to another person tomorrow. Before you know it, that confidence would come. And personal growth, like Beatrice said, that she has grown. Even me, I have grown. There's nobody that will start this business that you will not grow from where you used to be, and to where you want to be. So if you are somebody that is seriously aspiring for growth, in growth personally, growth financially, growth in your mindset, this is where you need to be. And another thing is more flexibility. If you're looking for flexibility to be in control of your life, of your time, of your finances, to be in control of how you want to structure your day, not somebody dictating what you should do part time, this opportunity is just the best for you. These are what is possible when you get started. We are not just here to tell you, but we are here to tell you what we are experiencing, because we say yes to this amazing opportunity. And you talk about connection. Another thing is ability to impact somebody, ability to share what is possible to somebody, to impact them and know that there is better to life than just depending on one stream of income, and meeting and connecting with people. Like, we meet online, and we do still have physical meetings, right? Where we meet in one location or the other. Those are things that are possible. People that I wouldn't have the opportunity to know if not for this business, but because of this business, I've known a lot of people, and we here have known so many people. That is what is possible when you say yes. So thank you, sis, for answering that question. And we're going to be taking the last question for the day, and Coach would help us with that, which is question 4. What would you say, sir, to somebody who feels interested in this opportunity but keep doubting themselves? Because it takes belief for you to even take your first step. So please talk to those that are still doubting their possibilities.
Wow. So the question comes down, the cost of staying where you are, and the cost of what you're talking about, maybe the risk of staying where you are, and the risk of making a decision to start something. Now, we know very well. Let me just recap what we said, where most people are. Most people want to exchange time for money. We already established that concept is time has passed. Because if you're exchanging time for money, anything can happen. You can have an accident, you can get sick, anything can happen, and you can't get to that job, or you can get fired. They can replace your job, they can lay you off. We know that for sure. And the other concept that we know for sure, that is an old concept, is just understanding that the fact of you having one income, that safety net is gone. Them days, with inflation and all things that are, you're not making enough to even save anything if you're just using one income. That is just barely, most people are barely surviving from one income. So we know that for sure. So when you look at that, and we're supposed to look at it and know that at some point, the strength that you have right now, you might not have it in the future. So we know if you don't have a retirement plan, what are you going to retire on? You're betting to work until you die? And them jobs ain't going to be there for you, especially in your old age. They're going to be like, what? You're too old to be doing anything, my friend. And if you didn't have a plan and put things in place, guess what? That's what we are waking you up. Just face this reality that is rare. And you're acting like, I'm just trusting God. Trust is good, but also God has put all the ability for you to make wealth inside of you and expects you to use it. God has given you a mind and intellect for you to make decisions. He didn't just put you here for you to be, a crunch, to use him as a crunch, but also for you to be productive and produce fruit, much fruit. That's why he wants you to leave an inheritance for your third generation. He wouldn't tell you that if he has not already wired you for that. So with that being said, when you look at investment to start your own or take that risk to start your own, it's just a matter of believing in yourself. It's just a matter of saying, hey, I can bet on myself. I can get started now. I don't have to sit there and wondering, because the good thing is this. You've already proved to yourself you are dedicated. You wake up every morning going to somebody else's job. You just use the same skills that you already have. And just now, this time, you're going to build something with the same dedication for your own business to own it and let it be your legacy. It's the same thing. It's just the difference. The shift is that this is your own now you're building, not somebody else's dream. So with that, when you understand that, you understand very well what this is calling you for. We're just calling you to say, man, it's time. I'm sick and tired of working for everybody else and leaving myself out of the equation, leaving my family out of the equation. If you get that, you understand that, you can spend time with your family. You can go on vacation whenever you want to. You can do whatever you want to at whatever time you want to, because you made it possible. You said, I can do this. That is the one thing I'm telling anybody who's listening to us. And like I said before, it doesn't have to be this one. You find the one. We're just telling you, this is the best that we know of. This is the best of the best that has numbers, that has the proven system, that has social proof. You come, we'll put you in our community. There's over 300,000 people. So when we tell you we're just a little drop in the bucket of what we are representing. So with that being said, I hope the message is very clear to whoever is listening. And I always say you can be skeptical all you want to, but verify. Even Thomas had to verify that this was Jesus. So you can verify information. We live in an information world that you can also verify. Whatever excuse you're using to argue for your limitation, I don't have experience, business experience. You don't need business experience. You'll have an expert, a coach, a mentor holding your hand. So you don't need all that. You don't need to say, but what if I fail? Why would you fail? And you have a team of people. You have a community right behind you. All excuses you can come up with, we're telling you, they're all been solved. And that's why we're telling you, wake up, wake up, wake up, and smell the coffee. It's time for you to make a decision. We call it get mad and make a decision, right? With that being said, I get back to you. Wonderful.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, until somebody gets mad, actually, nothing would change. And I love a statement you made, sir. Stop arguing for your limitations. You can wake up each day to 1001 limitation. It is what you choose to believe in. I was listening to that's our daily inspirational post this morning, that everything comes from your mindset. Once you tell yourself you can do it, then you can do it. Once you tell yourself, no, I cannot do it, then you keep staying in that position of your limitation. Stop arguing for your limitation. You are more than what you think you are. You have capacity to do more than what you're doing at the moment. Like if you can work for your employer 40 hours a week, right? 80 hours bi-weekly. You can choose to work for yourself 1 or 2 hours in a day. That's like 14 hours in a week, and you would achieve more. You will be confident that you are building something by the side for yourself and not just for your employer. Until the day that you kill that fear, you stop nurturing and feeding your fear, you will continue to remain in the same position. But when your mindset tells you that you can do it and you believe you can do it, even though your mind is telling you that you cannot do it, but you tell yourself that I can do this, I am capable, then you see new things springing forth. And another problem is overthinking. You always overthink that, oh, these people showing up like this. Can I show up? Can I tell my story? Can I tell somebody something new is possible? Stop overthinking it, because overthinking will not lead you to anywhere. Since you've been overthinking, what has it added to you? Ask yourself that question. That since the day I've been overthinking this thing, what has it added? But the day you stand your ground and take that bold decision, you will be amazed at what you can do. That is when clarity and confidence steps in. But in your corner of overthinking, nothing good can come out of it. So tell yourself you can do it and you'll be able to do it. But when you tell yourself you cannot, then you remain in that state. Stop feeling unqualified. Tell yourself you are more than qualified to achieve what you set your mind to do. And you will see yourself doing the extraordinary. Thank you so much, Coach, for talking to our people. And I will give mentor Beatrice another opportunity. Don't let me say the last. It will never be the last. So you can just talk to our people how they can become part of this amazing opportunity that we keep ringing bell about every day. Yeah.
Yes. So our topic was saying yes to this digital business. And it's not always about money. It's about you creating your freedom, you creating your growth, you're creating options, creating a future that you get connected to, So you have to realize that first you need to realize that where you are is not working. Whatever you are doing is not working. You have to want this for yourself because nobody's going to push you to your next level. But we are leaving the ball on your court so that you yourself decide on what you want to do. If you want to play it to the left, to the right, to whatever, the decision is yours. As we brought you value, we've told you that this particular business works. What we're urging you to do is to get a plan B. A plan B that you can call your own, not necessarily our business. Our business, the only advantage with our business is we've done that homework for you if it works or it doesn't work. We can tell you it works. So when we're inviting you to it is because we've done that homework for you and you can come in and just plug yourself in and keep running. But this morning, we are just telling you, get a plan B that you can call your own. And that is our message every single day that we come here. Whether we are passing through north, south, that is the bottom message we are telling you. Get a plan B. So with us, in front of us, we have our websites that whoever who resonates with you, we are all in the same business. You can click it, go in there, see what the business is all about so you can have, better questions for us. So that is what we're urging you to do this morning. Do that so you can come in, and ask better questions. So with that being said, I give it back to you, our wonderful host.
Okay, sis. Thank you so much. And now we have come to the end of today's session. And I just want somebody out there to still know that your future can change with just one decision. And that one decision, nobody will take it for you. You are the one that is still going to take it for yourself. It's good to pray. It's good to believe in God. But change only happens when faith meets action. So take that action today, and you'll just be set on the next level that you never imagined you could be. And now today, this is the end, and we'll be saying goodbye from the studio, and we'll be back on your screen another time. Bye for now.
Thank you, Coco.